Whoa! Oh, fight me! Whoa! WAAAGHCON! WAAAGHCON, guys, brought to you by our favorite Daggers. Shout out to Daggers. One of our Discord members, one of my favorite war bosses, went to something called WAAAGHCON, which is a all-orc event, guys. So we thought, hey, it'd be really fun to start one of our hobby streams, kind of like a live fun stream, talking about this. He sent plenty of pictures. He told us a bit about how the games went. So we're just going to go over it. This is humor, fun. This is intended for your hobby and your streaming. It doesn't always have to be about the meta. It doesn't always have to be about what everybody else is doing. Sometimes it's just about enjoying our stuff, right? And I envy how much fun he had and how all these amazing models that you guys are now going to get to see that I'm glad Daggers exposed to us. If you're a new orc player, if you're new to the orc community, this WAAAGHCON is almost the antithesis, I can't say the word correctly, of what it is to be an orc skin, what it is to be an orc skin, what it is to be a green skin, what it is to be an orc player, what it is to be a part of our community. So thanks to Daggers, and thanks to, actually the host of this was The Pale Orc. Shout out to The Pale Orc. I think you subscribed to us. That's amazing. He has great hobby hobby videos. I've seen him. I remember you when I first started Warhammer, actually. So yeah, he actually hosted this at Elemental Games. And yeah, so let's look at, let's start with probably what the rewards were, right? Just to see how people did.
Yeah, so this is just an overview of the event details. There's over 4 games. I'll zoom in on this so you guys can see it.
Ended up being 4 exactly, because Sako people dropped out of the tournament. And Daggers ended up playing 4 games. Sorry if you're reading, David.
Yeah, so they gave out awards for highest overall score, sportsmanship, composition, and theme. And this was also 1,500 points.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is all just for fun. And you guys are going to see some amazing models here.
Yeah, and before that, I'll just go over real quick. Sorry, continue.
Also, all models had to be WYSIWYG.
Bam.
What you see is what you get. You get.
Okay, yeah. You don't have to be painted, but you were. Everybody pretty much was painted from all the pictures we've seen. And there was some special game rules, guys, kind of like Twist, you know? So, yeah.
Do we want to cover them?
No, you can just go on. We'll go to the overall rewards. So first place was actually Daggers. Whoa! Daggers ended up winning the event. That's freaking awesome. The Drunken Orc took second. The Pale Orc took third. Best painted was also Daggers. Let's see. And then for the Big Mech prize was the Drunken Orc as well for his awesome Grot Mega Tank. We do have pictures of that.
Best vehicle was the category.
Yes.
Then,
Celeb Genius, which is the last place get.
Oh, the unluckiest geek.
And he won the wooden spoon and a box of grounds. So there you go. Very, very cool. Very necessary, right?
Yes.
So yeah, if we move on to some pictures right away, real quick, let's just get in. So Daggers mentioned just right off the bat that knowing his opponent's armies very well obviously helped him in every game. It made the game just kind of a different kind of enjoyment, a different kind of pace. It made it a kind of different kind of speed because everybody knew how to play the game and what everything was trying to happen. He said that it just also reinforced his idea of the orcs and why they're his favorite faction, because every person he came across, every army he was seeing, as you can move on, because I think we have a lot of pictures anyway.
Yes.
Everybody that he came across, and remember, guys, Daggers is the yellow army. I should probably just discuss what his army was right off the bat. But he took a Stompa. Yes, he got first place at this event with a Stompa at 1,500 points. I remember when him and he was talking to the Discord as a whole. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna make this list and I'm gonna bring the Stompa. We'll read the Stompa with the Big Mech, guys. The Stompa's 750 points type thing, and you put the Big Mech on the 800 point type. Oh no, I think he's 800 points now. Goodness. Either way, guys, it's only 1,500 points of the army is allowed." And he was like, "No, man, I got this. Trust me, I got this." Actually, he wasn't even worried about winning, guys. Like, he was said that to us just right off the written Discord. He was like, I'm just trying to have fun. I don't care. Ended up the Stompa being T4 going against orcs, which have an issue with toughness models as a whole. He ended up being kind of a winner for him. Ended up being one of the strengths of his list. He said it did give him a false confidence to a certain extent because he knows he couldn't really pull that off with maybe like an Eldar or Space Marines, considering they have Oath. But as a whole, that he really loved it, and he really appreciated it. What were you gonna say, David?
Oh, I was gonna say if I had a Stompa this beautiful, I'd bring it to him.
Oh, any excuse to bring it, right? I'd
Right.
strap it to my back. You know, like I would just make it. It would just be a baby and a baby carriage. I think it was a growl. I'd act like I'm a Big Mech and Mega Armor, and I just strap it to my shoulder, and I put BBs in it, and I just poke it in the stomach, maybe to shoot people. That's too cool not to just have it at all times, almost, right? But yeah,
You can see the rest of his list here.
This was his actual third game that you're showing right here, I believe.
Okay.
As this was a game he had a lot of hordes and mega knobs he had to deal with, I believe. But yeah, so he had 4 games. The pictures are a little out of order.
Out of order, yeah. Sorry, it was a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job of giving us this much material.
I'll try to identify what you're looking at as I see it. Just try to be a good person. But as a whole, he went against a bunch of different fun, like thematic orc armies. They did have some fun thematic rules whenever they would have their matchups and start their games, like the old school WAAAGH, where you would get the 5-up, and then the second turn you would get a 6-up feel no pain. A 6-up invuln and still retain the +1 attack. Stuff like that they would have in their game and stuff. I like how you can see with these guys, they have a bunch of kitbash from their knobs. They like to put the shoulder pads with like Space Marines on them. And that's always fun. Or like
it's a nice touch.
Yeah, you can see everybody that went here. I would feel insecure. Not saying that you should have as a person watching this, but I know I would feel insecure almost coming here with like, man, my army doesn't look as awesome as that. Just because I didn't take all that time to kitbash everything so cool. When stuff's kitbash, guys, it just takes it right over the top. And you'll see that as you get more of these pictures. Stompa again, just being awesome. Look at that truck, crazy looking truck right there with the giant wheels. Come on, guys, that would be hilarious running people over in real life. Because remember, guys, let's keep in mind, when you're playing Warhammer as a whole, when you join this hobby, you're looking for an immersive experience. You're looking to separate from reality for a little bit of time. You're looking to have fun. If you can't bond with your army to the point that you can be immersed in the battle, right? When David charges into me with Space Wolves and starts trying to kill me and fight, when he makes his last stands as I crump his beakies to death, he's always with that Viking mentality of he's holding the line on the bridge and yelling at me, right? Like literally sometimes. Yeah. He'll be like, no, I'm like, yeah. Like, that's literally how our games used to go, especially when we started the hobby, because that's what the point of the hobby is. And that's what Daggers was kind of pointing out as he kept talking to me about this event.
Yeah, his truck looks like it's going to eat this other truck up. I like this John.
Yeah, that thing is a mega track, or at least a modified version of like a kitbash mega track.
Look how big the wheels are.
I know, they're so hilarious, dude. You could run over a mega knob with those wheels.
It's an awesome model.
Yeah, great job. There's a lot of awesome models here. I like how they're using the terrain too. That's something I really like about this edition too, guys. Is I really like that they actually make terrain feel immersive and useful now. And give you purpose kind of to get up on it sometimes too. What else we got here? Just another close-up view of the same guys.
Looks like he came in with some. Which was the tank busters?
Oh yeah, he did mention that the tank busters. Somebody attacked his Stompa with his tank busters, and they did like 6 wounds that they brought him. This was the guy, I think, was the 13th. So yeah, he actually mentioned this directly to me, that the tank busters completely underperformed, and that he felt awesome, and that he felt awesome as a whole.
But he felt awesome at T14 for sure. Here's a battle wagon. Got more of the green theme going here.
That is someone else's battle wagon. That was his
second.
That was actually his 4th game. He said that he went against a themed, like a battle wagon themed list that had a lot of trucks and everything like that. Like I said, guys, you're not completely in order, but it doesn't necessarily matter considering he won all his games.
We can still appreciate
took
this,
first place. You can still appreciate
models.
Green on green, but he inverted it. These guys now have a different army. I wonder who this is, like out the players, right?
It is awesome.
That's such a different look. I mean, it's a little creepy now. Like for me, as a greenskin, I guess because I'm a greenskin, right? When orcs see other orcs that aren't green, you're kind of like, should I Should I crump you immediately? Like, I think I should.
What
like,
do you have against albino orcs?
I mean, I don't know. They're kind of looking cornish, bro. Like, I'm already getting a little aggressive looking at him. Can you guys tell I'm getting a little tense? Like, I'm starting to buck up here. Like, I mean, at first I'm like, I like the art. And now I'm like, you're looking a little heretical to Mork and Mork. What's up here?
They give me like an ogre vibe too with the green.
Yeah.
Reminds me of guard. Here's another look at Stampa. It looks like it's fighting. Which is it?
He's fighting a Mazrog.
Mazrog.
He said that Mazrog did good trying to fight into the Stampa. Stampa survived him, even though the Mazrog fight on death and everything. And Stampa stood victorious over Mazrog. Scored pretty much here. I mean, come on, dude. If there's someone that is going to just utterly destroy Mazrog, it's him. And here we go. I like how he took his head. In memory of the Lucky Seven, if you guys know about that, that was at the same event that they had the cheating dice. That's what the picture is, I believe, that is the cheating dice. I'm pretty sure, right? Or maybe not. Maybe I'm lying. But what I'm saying is, what he did tell me is that he went to visit the toilet where the cheating dice player went, trying to flush him. So that was pretty funny. I think also I should read real quick. I think this is exactly this. So actually, let me read his actual list, David, if you want to leave this on. Yeah. Because I didn't even, there's a picture of his list. I thought we would, his army, and I was going to go for it then. But if not, I'll just read it right off your guys' head, and then we'll go over it again. Do you have that list? It was just his army just standing there. Like in the picture. No, that's his first matchup. Sorry, when we get to it, we'll identify it. But here's what his army was, guys. He had 1,500 points. He had a mech, obviously to buff the Stampa. A war boss on foot with Edwapa's Kill Choppa. A war boss on bike with Super Cyborg Body. 1 unit of 10 boys. 1 truck. 1 unit of 5 flash kits. A 10-man Gretchen unit. 1 5-man unit of knobs with big choppas. So that means these dudes were accurate because they're getting that +1 to hit, just rip it into everything, right? And the damage too. You don't need all the AP against other orcs, so that ends up being actually a good stat check, a good strategy, I'm sure, hopefully, to those guys. The 1 Stampa and 1 unit of war bikes, right? So he didn't have a ton of units. He did go for kind of like the stronger units and the small units that he did decide to bring them. So that was pretty dope. So yeah, I did. So like I said, guys, he brought 5 flash kits, 5 knobs. So he brought like the atypical kind of like what's meta units, and then he just brought them smaller. And it was like, I still want the Stampa though. That was super cool. All right.
You want to hit some chats real quick?
Oh yeah, let's hit some chats. I've just been going on.
We got Joel in here, appreciating all the models. He says, "Whoa, my bosses." Dave ain't see the pale orc in ages. His Discord has been quiet.
Well, he's around, and he hosted this event, from what I understand. So he's active. Maybe he just deemed that he was in the mood maybe to do YouTube right now. Maybe he got more invited with Element Gaming. I believe he's actually subscribed, so if he ever appears and talks to us, that'd be super cool. Because I remember looking at that guy's content back in the day. And if he doesn't want to manage his Discord, hopefully he can join ours and show us up with the hobby progress, because that guy's pretty good. I like his hobby. I mean, look, imagine him and Daggers in hobby chat. Just chat. Oh, dude, I would just be sitting in there looking at their pictures, just like, oh, man, just drawing a little bit. All right, but let's continue before I get too excited.
Joel says, "Your non-greens get crumped."
Yeah, exactly, right. What are them red beakies doing, huh? Ooh. Yeah, right. I looked at them a little bit. You're gonna pull them again? I mean, they're a cool army. Don't worry, guys. We're keeping consistency with the lore here. If you ain't green, then we gonna be meat. You know what I mean? What's going on? So yeah.
He also appreciates the toilet dice.
Oh, it was the toilet dice. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought as a whole. It's a toilet dice pick.
And hopefully they sanitize these before putting them.
No. Proper Nurgle. And they're tall, dude. They belong in water, fishbowl. All right, let's go to some more pictures real quick. Let's see what else, because there's a lot of really good armies and pictures we didn't get to yet. There's his list, right? Actually, right
the
there.
Next picture.
Oh god. So yeah, like I said, real quick, because now make sure it's on screen. Ready? Just to go through it. Mech, war boss on bike, boys, truck, 5-man unit flash goods, 1 Gretchen unit, knobs with big choppers, Stampa, 1 unit of war bikes. That's awesome. I really do like his lizard 1,500 points.
Oh yeah, he did a good job.
What the heck?
Supplementing with the rest
But
of
like
his
you said, he gives him a little bit of the false confidence because he thinks other armies will just steamroll the Stompin. But you know, whatever. His Stompin looks great. He did great.
I wonder if he was allowed to bring that strength some of his games too.
I think that's just H or piece. That was already.
Well, I'm pretty sure it has to be his because it matches.
It would make sense that he would bring it just to take a stage picture. Yeah. Or no, he took this picture before he left to the event.
Okay.
So yeah. Let's look at some more pictures. Oh, that is the kill tank that won the event, or I believe that
best vehicle?
I believe so. We have pictures of that too. So best tank, amazing.
I mean, I like how he mixed in all these different colors here.
Right? I think there's more angles on it and everything. All the different rots that are on there hanging off. Because if you go through all the orc like kits and little bits and here and there, guys, you can get a really cool random variety of just rots and runts all over the place. I mean, there's literally a runt on the back of the Wacon Squig buggy. I don't know if you guys, you guys could use that for kitbashing or putting it, like adding to a thing, like one little run like that big, you know? So this guy, you can see, he just utilized everything.
This guy has a slingshot? What is it?
I mean, he made it into a slingshot. I don't know. That's if you're new or you're just gone to orc, this is what, right? Forget what competitive orc players are doing. This is what the top tier players do of orc. This is what the top people really do. They have collections like this. This is the epitome of being an orc player, in my opinion. I have high respect for people who play orcs competitively, a ton, because that's what I end up following more and I relate to more. But what I have the utmost respect for are people that can paint and build and kitbash like this. Because you peaked all the stats in what it means to be a 40K player. Because you can just learn the rules and be awesome. But to do this, that's something else. You keep that for
It's part of the one time.
No, you just added that. That's the AOS Squig.
You got a captain that.
Yeah, he does a he does he has a captain dude. What? Okay.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Like I said.
Oh, I love this one too. You see this?
Oh yeah, dude.
Necron aircrafts and then into the bad mood.
It's like yeah, exactly.
Dude, you gotta carve this out too.
Oh yeah. Dang. Hey, shout out to Christian. Look when he vandalized your Necron ship. Haha.
It looks a lot better.
He looks a lot better. Dude, that's awesome.
It almost looks too like he bought it painted. Like it almost has Necron.
This is what I mean. Look at this, guys. Look at this. And you're worried about owning 6 trucks? Own this. No, I'm just kidding. That's what I'm saying. This is what's cool. Like, shout out, man. That's great. Let me see. I don't know. I wish I knew who did that.
This had to get second place for best vehicle.
I believe the Drunken Orc is the one who had that kill tank too.
Well, what do you even run this as?
What do you run that as? It looks like a boom. It's the biggest various. WAAAGH Blasted Jet.
Okay.
I believe, because you can have a mech gun at the bottom of that thing, and then you have all the other guns. Awesome. So he could have just been outrageous and be like, "I'm still bringing a plane. If I own this, I'd still bring it anyways." All right. So let's see what's next of this picture. Weird boy. Fantastic.
Another angle.
Going through it. And yeah, guys, tell us how you guys are doing. Remember, this is just the open dialogue conversation. This is just what we wanted to appear as well. But we wanted to share this just to the orc community as a whole. Like, WAAAGHCON should get some love here, all right? This isn't about comps. This is a mixture of everything. It's about the skill, the art, and the competitive nature behind it. Because all you guys wanted to beat the crap out of each other. That's the standard for being a orc, is the chrome. A gargant, right? A gargant, the big brother, right? What comes out of that belly is a stampa. No, I'm just kidding. That's you can't play it, but if you own one in the shop or whoever that came from, I don't know where that came from, but he sent us a picture.
Yeah, I like this platform here with the grots.
And all the little, like, you can imagine there's guns sticking that got orcs sticking their guns out of all these little hatches and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hatches right here.
Where does it say in the middle? Red what?
You know what red means.
Red goes faster. Oh.
What was in his belly?
This is what was in the belly, so this must be someone else's.
Man, it looks like there's a party going on in here.
Maybe this is a stomp, but it just looks like a gargant body. Oh, wait, hold on. Go up. What's that? What is there? Tail orc?
Yeah. Oh, this is the pale orc.
Is that him? I like that, homie. Maybe. Ooh, there you go. Cheeky get. What is that in the middle? This guy's tripping me out now.
One of those
fancy
electrical orbs that
force
you
field?
touch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it works, but that's what it looks like.
No, I'm saying it's custom force field for the stompin guys. I'm just kidding. You can see he has some force field, like he has a Big Mac with the KFF in there and stuff. Dude, this guy brought very thematic looks. Very cool. Wow.
Well, he's even got actual lights.
Yeah, look at that, guys. Come on now.
That is sick.
Yeah, just gotta give him a little. Got too excited there. Look like we were just getting it on in there. All right, and this was his first matchup. He said this was an actual orc scheme themed list, to where everything was kitbashed to be squig related for the most part. So if you see more pictures, they have a Gorgonaut that's kitbashed to be with squigs. They have Storm Boys that are kitbashed with squigs. Let's see if we have some more pictures. I mean, I'm sure they'll come up in a second. More of the pictures, but yeah, that was his squig themed army. He brought us weird boys, you can see. This was his first. This was Daggers' first matchup. There we go. I think that's one of his crop tank squig type things. Very cool. You take the AOS models, put some guns on them. That's one thing I think is missing from 40K in the orc line as a whole. Is like, where are our squigs, guys? Where are our squigs? I want our squigs. You don't want to. There we go. That is his. That's his Gorgonaut that was kitbashed from squigs. That's the enemies. And there's a picture that we have that he sent of Daggers Stampa faced up against this thing. Oh, it looks really cool, yeah. And as you can see right there on the killicans, he even has squigs on the killicans too. Like, the guy wanted everything to pretty much have squigs related to it.
Yeah, what I love about this squig is all the robotic augmentations here. Oh, yeah, one thing that we thought was missing from the 40K line.
Yeah, that's a good shout out too.
Dude, look like he blended it in so smooth. Oh, it looks like it's part of the actual model.
It looks like he took bits of like a squig off, right? The Forge World type model, either like it was actual bits or just like 3D printed ones or something, and he used that to actually put this together. I don't know. We got these awesome missiles and guns.
Right. He's got rockets for days.
I don't have the creativity for this. I have the creativity of a stick when it comes to kit bashing. This is a skill, the talent. So yeah, super. I think the more pictures of it, more angles. What the heck? The grab booty?
Check that grab booty.
What the heck? Get out of here, man.
Oh, sorry.
But it was there. There was a Tarzan grab there, dude. Get out of here. So what's going on here? Okay, I think he's right here. So just quick, this is his version of the Gorgonaut. Yeah. War boss on bike running up right there, trying to get some. Or maybe that's a Grok tank, that one with the double guns right there. That might be like a Grok Killican or something. I don't know what that is. What is Schwarzenegger looking crazy with the top hat? I love that. I like the little and he has a big old giant pipe. Oh man, fantastic.
What were you gonna say?
If we're gonna hit chats real quick because I was going. We were just talking to each other almost about this.
Yeah, Joel Atkins saying props killy.
Proper killy. Proper killy.
Battle note nerd building my Storm Boys right now.
Whoa! Dude, Storm Boys are excellent models, right? Those little grots that you can put in the turbine, David loves those models. When I first showed them to him, like I have mine too. Really, I mean, the one criticism I will say that you will come to know is they are a bit annoying to transport sometimes, right? Because since they have these cool grots sticking up, they're very tall, and they have to like shooting off or jumping off rocks, really epic like poses, stuff like that. And not this, but the point is, Storm Boys are excellent and they look excellent. Take care of them, and you'll have a lot of fun painting them and looking and enjoy all those little grats that they're sticking out, dude. So they're one of the kits that actually utilize a lot of grats.
Right. It doesn't make any functional sense, but it's fun.
Yeah. Also, yeah, definitely doesn't make fun. You'll notice they make no functional sense. You're like, how's that flying? Willpower. But don't forget the power claw.
Yeah, right. Artemis Steve, that's beautiful. Like I said, started orcs about 8 months ago and brought back all the fun in this game and hobby. Exactly. That's what we like to hear.
That's exactly the point of this too. Is that when I had my whole David too, but when our crew, the people that I play with the most, we went on our rampage of going to Vegas, doing team event, playing competitively, and eventually over time, just constantly playing the game in that kind of way. It does have its benefit and it's fun to it and everything like that. But over time, it does kind of drain you because it becomes almost chorish, becomes almost like a task. You know, you're kind of always kind of keep pace of that. You're kind of don't care about all the new models as much. Always like, oh, let me see the deck sheet though. What does this say? And that's there's always a time and a place for that. I always have my seasons for that. But as a whole, the great part about orcs is they easily fluctuate between both. If you're ready to be competitive, you're going to bring the stuff, you're going to be mean, you're going to go hard. And then when you play with your friends and you do all this other stuff, you can have your cool kit bash model and be like, yeah, I put this together. This is my favorite. That's the whole point, right? Like we can bust out a squig out, like I bust out a stompa. I can go gorkanaut, stompa, and a morkanaut. You know, I can just be silly. Battle wagons. People don't have the silliness yet availability like orcs do, where you can like play with something that's outrageous and it still kicks someone else's butt. So yeah.
Joel really appreciating the crazy cool squigs.
Yeah, you put a different picture. I'm tired of him. No, it's okay. I'm getting tired of him. That you leave that up. Yeah, this is the kill tank.
Boy right excellent.
Here. That's our boy. Look at that squig with the cap, the commissar cap.
Artemis Steve is happy to be alive and to get to build orcs. And whoa!
And I hope you're doing good, buddy. Or the best you can be doing. That's the right mindset, though, to always come out of things, right?
Yes.
The reason why we also relate to orcs and as a whole is because in the grimdark future, they're the only ones having fun, and it's because of their mindset, right? Can never be beaten, can never ultimately lose. You're always going, and you're really just about the experience, not always about the outcome. And that's sometimes how we get through life, right? We live for the peaks, and we ride out the hard tides, right? So we're with you, buddy.
Yes, sir. And Wappa Wop.
Wappa Wop. Yeah, dude, you're really good too. I believe if you're in Discord, you've been going out too. I've been seeing that. Sometimes guys, I don't always appear in the in the Discord and like talk too much because I don't want to take over. Because sometimes you guys are just having excellent conversations too. But I'm keeping track, especially of the hobby progress, because I obviously, as I said many times, appreciate that greatly. As that's one of my weakest skills is being really good at the hobbying aspect. Like these guys are like out of my league. So yeah, I agree they're impressive.
He says, very impressive builds. WAAAGHCON gives me WAAAGH energy for kit bashing.
Right? I'm like, you know what? Why am I, kill tank? I'm just gonna kit bash my own. Okay, maybe not the first one, but maybe I will the second one. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. There's more angles of this thing too. Let's see what's up. I just wanted to look at that anyway.
Battle nerd using a spare base for the storm grot might give him a choppa.
That's awesome.
Choppa's gonna be bigger than him.
This is a storm grot, he could also be like a funny distraction grot with commando unit if you like want to not have to explain him to people, yet have him always be on the field too. Like, whoa, a distraction because he's shooting away with the jump pack.
This grot's got to have the strongest arm. Look at this large band ring he's holding.
There we go. That's proper. I mean, grot, I'm sure they're a little wiry, not that strong, but they're stronger than a towel. No, so just kidding. I don't think they even are. I think towel at least they're strength 3 in the game.
There's another angle.
Okay, yeah, this guy was just a beast. All the guns, all the DACA, covering all the rivets, covering all the chains, distinguishing the metal between the chains, distinguishing the metal of the ladders, giving it the rough painted on look, but yet like it's still battle worn. It's not too bright and silly and cartoonish. Like I couldn't even begin to mimic this. And is that the stomp in the background on the ground? How big that thing is? Oh no, what is that? Wait, oops. What am I talking about? That's a Big Mac. All right, go to the next picture. I'm tripping. All right. And the nice little grots. Those are just basic. One is a basic grot. I like how you put a new cap on that boy. Very cool.
Yeah. A lot of green stuff molding.
Mm-hmm. He did great. I believe he won the best Big Mac too. Yeah, that's his list. And I think that was like you said. Everyone looks at his unit, but what was it? God, I'll mess his name up again. I don't want to.
Oh, what's happening?
The drunken orc, I believe.
There's some big bases for these grots.
What's up? No.
No?
Oh, there's a little,
just the angle. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know what is big? If you guys haven't seen Zadrak Wartsnagger, like how big his base is, guys. It's obnoxious. It's like a 60 mil base. That's his actual base size. That's the leader of the Gretchen unit. That's his actual base size, how huge it is. you know, it's bigger than war bosses and everything.
There's a kitbash on it, I think. Oh, that's the.
No, he puts the big pipe on it. That's the only part that's kitbash down there. So what else is big one? That's a great. I mean, he did great with those killer cans too over there in the background, as you can see. What is that boy doing? I don't know what. These guys are all look really cool. Even that grout. Look at that on the grout's gun right there. What is that even looking like? Try the kill thing. The killer can.
Oh yeah, right.
The killer can's gun.
That looks like a gun off of Leviathan Dreadnought.
Yeah, exactly. He just was how the grout guns looked wasn't even good enough. And then he took knob poles from the bikers and put them on the back of the grout killer cans. It was freaking awesome. Giving it more flavor. That's what I mean. If you don't always have to utilize every single grout that comes in that kit. Sometimes you just put them into a kit bash. That's why it's nice.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, that's those are like that grout right there is like from a mech gun kit. Like hypothetically, the mech gun, the grouts coming with your mech guns now are more like tokens now. You don't really need the tokens, so you can use all those little models they give you to just start adding them to a bunch of different units. This guy was ahead of the game.
I like the ball and chain.
Ball and chain. Let's go. What else we got here? Still pretty beautiful. That's just another. That's just another back. That's a Death Dread though. Yeah, I believe so. It's big enough and has a bigger base, so it has to be the Death Dread. He just gave it like quad rockets. He probably used the mech gun to get a +1 in it. That's another killer can ripping apart a. I like that when people are murdering Space Marine. My favorite. He did a great job with that blood, like the up coming out the back.
Yeah.
Goodness, that's sick. Very
cool. Just another angle here.
Just another angle of that guy getting destroyed. Oh, he's being held and shot in the head. Or like shot through the body at close range.
So that's why the blood's coming out of it. That's awesome. It's so creative.
Oh, look at the side of that.
Look at this
free-handed. Wow. Look at that, guys. There's another side picture of that as well. This is the first intro. This is why he won that Big Mac for this.
There's a lot of reasons why he won.
I mean, because Dagger's Stompa is super impressive, and this one has a different kind of personality, just because all the additional freehand and low grots in there. So, magnificent. That's why the Daggers took a lot of pictures. There we go. That's the side angle we want to show. Look at that. Yeah. This looks so cool, man. That's the leader of the Grot Rebellion usually. If David didn't know, like Grots sometimes think that they can rebel and they get tired of being under the Orc's thumb. And usually one will like steal a commissar cap or something like that, start thinking of himself as some kind of officer or some kind of leader, right? So I like that he did that. And he put
this
that
time they're being led by a squig.
And instead it's a squig, and it's a squig on top. That's what makes it even funnier is that he has all these things, and then ultimately there's just a big angry squig in the driver's seat.
So, Grotings?
Yeah, Grotings. So these were actually in his second matchup where it was like a Grot-themed army. And in this one, Dagger made sure that he said this was one of the units that he actually appreciated the most. He thought that they were kind of like overperformed, and they did more things than they expected. And he said, shout out to them that he kind of wants them now. So don't be surprised if you some super ones.
If you got a lot of orcs in your meta, bust out the Grotings.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't win the guy the game, but Daggers did like them. He said it was a unit to look out for, and he appreciated it a little more.
Another view of this beautiful model.
Look at how the blue sticks out like that in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness. Do I even know how to paint? What am I doing here? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even want to paint.
Super cool. All right. We think we've seen that one. Yeah. Oh, I like that shot. That's a nice, clean. Why is the back of it looks like a little house roof? Look at every time you look at it, you can notice even more things about the model.
Yeah, there's so much personality.
That's how you know it's like an S tier plus kit bash / paint job.
GW, you guys need to hire this guy for a sculptor.
Oh,
here's the other side.
I want to play with that now. I literally just hit me like that's it. I just want to play with that. Everything.
Does this guy have a yellow hat?
Yeah, mushrooms. Yeah, he's probably from an AOS model. He looks more like the AOS model. They have a lot of squigs in the AOS, but look at that one above him with the horn and trumpet. Is that guy coming off the? Is he coming off that? Blood Bowl? Is that what he's a Blood Bowl guy? I mean, he looks like he has a leather helmet on.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a Blood Bowl guy. I don't know.
I'm wondering what's under here. Looks like there's something here in the clubhouse. Dude, look at this free. Just the attention to detail everywhere.
Yeah, and this is the matchup when he was going against the squig themed Gorkanaut with his Stampa. And that looks really cool because that model naturally kind of looks. Oh, he put it on a crater, so it's gonna be looking up a little bit, and the Stampa actually looks down a little bit. So this definitely looks like a matchup. The Gorkanaut thought he brought a big enough Big Mac, and then the Stampa rolled up on him and just crushed him. Very freaking cool. This is a picture that it could just, if we could choose what YouTube throws as the thumbnail, this would like be the one I would want to put up. Right? Or like when it's the first thing they cut into when it's the short element, it's called like a highlight reel. I like that one. It's nice. Can you zoom in on those? Are these like the craziest looking Jellicans I've ever seen?
Yes.
I think they are.
I might have made these all by hand.
This looks like someone made them by hand. That's wild. I didn't see this picture before. Wow.
Like, humanoid almost.
Yeah. It's kind of creepy, but I like it. Yeah, I like it. A little elfy. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Okay, it looks a little.
No, it looks really cool. Oh, anime. There you go. That's a good way to put it. But the long legs, right? Because normally all orc things have kind of stubby legs, and now we're looking at something that has long legs. So that was interesting to see. What's going on here? The squig theme list again. Probably just using it like boys and stuff, data sheets. Just brought a bunch of squigs, which is like I said, I personally think something we're missing. In the 40K side, we don't have enough squig data sheets for fun. I'd like to see something like Fenrisian squigs, right? Where you can run like Fenrisian wolves from Space Wolves. They have access to 5-man units of like wolves, which are like dire wolves. If you guys ever watch Game of Thrones or whatever, it's big wolves. And I wish kind of orcs had it. I mean, we already have garbage stuff. I get why they don't give it to us. Maybe they force it to be a 10-man unit. But I like if we got like a squig pack as a unit, right? I mean,
what about a lone squig?
Even to get like one, like one thick squig, right? That just runs around and just mercs things. That'd be cool too. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So this is another angle. He's thin, tall, kind of long. These guys look like they can move a little better. And this looks like the Big Mac with behind the squig theme list. That looks freaking sick. So that looks like a kit bat. I think that's I don't know if that's a 3D printed model or something you can get from Gear Guts. I don't remember. But obviously, he definitely made it work with an amazing paint job. I like that reddish leather kind of hand, like palm holding the wrench, followed by how he made the skin not too like bright, considering that this mech would be covered in oil and dirty and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that. Very good model. Clean front-on view of Daggers Stampa. Yep, and then what else here? Because we're kind of been going on this for a hot minute.
Just repeats.
Make sure we just hit all the nice pictures, guys. Make sure we didn't miss anything of what you guys could see that we logged. This was another view of that very different but very awesome looking Mork army. Oh, look at that. I like those thick Meganobs. Heck yeah, dude. I'm a fan of that.
It's the thickest Meganob I've ever seen.
I feel like this is the Pale Orcs army. I don't know that for a fact. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just
saying. The theme would be in line with the name.
In line, but I still like that army nonetheless.
That's it.
Is that it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So we just wanted to share that with you guys as a whole. Thank you, Daggers, for sharing that with us. If you guys attend cool little events like that and stuff, especially if you get a lot of cool pictures and you can give us some detail on what things would kind of happen, some of the favorite units, stuff that came to mind, share with us. Show us. We'll show the community. Hopefully inspire people to kit bash, to do certain things. Like Daggers said, he enjoyed that the Stampa was there. He felt like it bullied everybody. It also showed him that orcs do have an issue with anti-tank, in his opinion, because he got hit with a lot of the anti-tank stuff that we obviously have, and no one could tear through a T14 30 wound model like that. So that was something that he found interesting. Yeah, and then you're going to read the chat real quick, David, or anything? Because I was just trying to think of
just a few chats. Joel admiring all the rivets on that kill rig. There's a kill rig, right? Mm-hmm. Kit bash one, that one. He's playing as a kill rig, or what was it?
The kilting.
Kilting. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he likes the beaking. That was game
destroy.
through.
Yeah. I like that too. He did great by making it look like a singed hole going through his armor and then coming out and exploding his guts out his back.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, and he just named some of his favorite units and enemy scenes. The killer cans were interesting. Crowd tanks were interesting. And then he said he liked the boys, 29 unit of boys with the pain boy or with the WAAAGH banner. And that he understood why trucks are so useful in his last game based on how much move blocking they were doing and their ability to hold objectives and try to force secondaries. So yeah.
A few more chats that just came in.
Okay, cool.
Artemis Steve, thanks guys. You're making orcs more fun for me too. Thank you. We're trying, and we want to grow the community of orcs right now. Since I started, it seems like orcs are an army that are very easy to start off, and people don't really have direction in how to play them, or just being reinforced that hey, it's more about the hobby and the models that you like, and we want all the orc players to remain orc players.
Yep, exactly. I know that it's not like I had this idea in my mind where David and I wherever we want to do YouTube and make videos. It's man, I want content related to orcs, and that's how we started YouTube videos. Really, is if you go out and let's say like when Beast Daggers were released or when our indexes were coming out, we were getting just like a channel would discuss us peripherally or kind of because they like maybe the guy likes orcs, but that's not his army that he utilizes all around year round. He doesn't talk about all the time with his hobbies, or maybe somebody's really good at the hobbying. There's not just one place where we all can consolidate together, like I like to say, which is what a WAAAGH really is, the consolidation of different orc clans, or whatever you could call different players that have different styles. We all come together and we feed off each other, right? As someone like me who looks more to play somewhat competitively and try to win a lot for the most part in my history of 40K, when I get more introduced to all this awesome hobbying, to these paint jobs, that made me want to creative and do that more. Like when I first got into the hobby, I didn't paint for like 6 months, guys. Like, not gonna lie. I was like, no, I'm just here to crump. Right? And then everybody's like, are you gonna paint anything, dude? I was like, I painted grots. Like I painted grots because I was having a hard time distinguishing them. And that's that. So I don't want that to be someone else's case. And then there were so many times people gave me their orc armies or like we're trying to get rid of them because they're like, oh, I don't like it. I didn't get how they were. I didn't like how they died all the time. Or even when I first got into them, I found them highly frustrating because they play 40K very different than other people. So that's our purpose here, is to make it fun, informative, and inclusive. All of this is the whole point of what we want to bring here. So thank you for reinforcing that you feel involved.
Some more chats. One from Schmuckalo. Thanks for another day of wall lightning.
Ooh, I like that. Wall lightning. I'm gonna think of how I'm gonna say that. Just coming with a new word. Get
someone earlier said waspiration.
Waspiration. I'm gonna write these down, guys, and just say them to myself in the mirror. All right, what happened?
Wappa wop. Thanks, legends. Keep up the great content and community.
Yeah, you keep up that
very
too.
Kind words.
Yeah, I know, making my heart full of blood, and I just want to go crump some. What do you think? I was gonna love you? No, I was kidding.
Schmuckalo reminding us it ain't about winning or losing, it's about being a greenskin.
About being a greenskin, right? Orcs don't really care about the results of the battle necessarily. They just care that they got there and they got to experience it. And we do like to, and trust me, very, very, David and I are highly competitive people. As a lot of our other hobbies consist of like martial arts actually and combat sports. But the point is, when we're coming to 40K, guys, this is a game. This is something that you care to experience with the immersive. We're playing with toy soldiers. We're grown men, all right? Therefore, I don't want to come up there be sweating, my eyebrows kind of squinched up, like, oh, I need this to go my way. Oh, I spent so much time. Like, sometimes it's okay, right? But that's not the whole point of 40K. You understand? There's moments for it. There's ways we want David's out laughing. There's ways that we got to go. But as a whole, David's distracting me. Orcs, that's not the way orcs roll. I'm gonna just drink my water. I'm sick of this guy. What?
Joe Adkins building the mighty wall here. That's right.
Why are you laughing?
I'll tell you.
No, I don't even care. Dude's distracting me. He should hold it in, dude. What's wrong with this crowd?
That was just bad. Orcs be the best for YOLO. That's right. You only live once. Might as well enjoy it.
Ooh. I mean, you know, you could just be resurrected by Gorkamork and do it all over again. We don't know that for sure. So we might get the crumb forever. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well, do you want to cover some more? What's going on?
45 minutes. Yeah. Call in?
Yeah, I think we can call in now. Yeah, guys, we want to just cover two topics, a little different than like a super long extended forum. We just wanted to see kind of how this goes, see if people kind of want to pay attention and give us a shot more. As we've noticed when we go super, super long, that sometimes people are just like, what's going on here? Where am I? So we decided to break this. We decided to break this down into two like digestible form of content that are actually different, yet cover what the point of the channel is. We got our competitive talk, a meta talk, understanding talk, educational, and then this is our artwork, WAAAGH, enjoyment of the hobby aspect, right? You get both your fills, because I know that's what I always wanted when I spell orcs. Sometimes I just want to look at some cool stuff while I hobby. Bam. Hopefully we showed this stuff. Show back that kill tank or somebody stuff again real quick.
Yeah, Joe Atkins with another pun here. Krumpinon, Wahala.
Wahala. That reminds me of the orc that Demon Slayer, the one who just ran into the warp and then got adopted by Korn, right? If you guys know, I don't want to tell you the whole story. I'm sure you guys have heard it, but that's one of my favorite orc stories. Yeah. So guys, we appreciate you that showed up. Like I said from the earlier video, we're going to cover archetypes again. Be playing a little bit more competitively. That way we can kind of push the boundaries. I remember when we first started the channel, even like a month ago, discussing kind of the index and what things were expected. Things didn't pan out exactly like that. And it's not like we were embarrassed to be wrong. It was interesting as we followed Meta Wednesdays, how we discovered it was kind of moving into, ooh, you can shoot, you can bring rocket trucks. You're going to not only just bring trucks, but you can bring squigs, and you can also mix the squigs with guns. And it's been sort of like developing into that when people thought that it was just going to be stringent mega knobs, or some people thought that gas was going to be unplayable, and then gas makes appearances. So that's why all of this is kind of fun and exciting to grow along with and go. My lists have been changing. So yeah, I know I'm looking at the now with wall banner and the big man units trying to get up there and turn one charge. So that's just one way I'm just enjoying it by dealing with you guys too. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We appreciate you. Keep that same wall energy. We'll be coming up with more content, more things to go. We'll go, don't worry, next Friday again, we'll still pull up hobby chats, hobby progress pictures as well from the Discord, and talk about people as well again if we could. But we were trying to focus on that, what do you call it? Wall alignment video today, guys. So we were trying to bring you to something a little different, right?
Yeah,
get that juice flowing. One more thing.
We have we had a short series called Stomping Grounds. Give us some feedback. Let us know. Do you guys like that? Do you guys like to see something different? Yeah, so just give us some feedback on that. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, Stomping Ground was pretty dope.
Yeah, there's more coming too. That was only round one.
About the extra don't play. And shout out to Steve. Hope everything's good with you too.
Yeah, Artemis Steve. Thanks, guys. See you Wednesday. Joe Atkins. Catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you gets, your greenskins, and me wall bosses. Whoa!